Hi, welcome to the Senior Living Show. I'm Vicki Rogers. We've got a jam-packed show you're going to love today. We're going to be talking to Scott Neal, who's the president of D. Scott Neal Incorporated and the founder of Caregiver Circle. He's going to tell you about how to leave a legacy as you get older. You're going to want to find out about that. We're also going to be talking about Jay Goldstein. We're going to talk to him personally about how he's using his mojo, his creativity, and his talents in his retirement years. He's going to inspire you for sure. We're also going to talk to Randy Blevins, president of Think Tank Louisville. He's got all the news about what's going on around Louisville all this weekend, this coming weekend. Stay tuned. We're going to give you all the scoop on the Senior Living Show.
For over 65 years, families have trusted Coit to deep clean just about everything, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Clean as new. That's the Coit commitment to you. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT today to schedule your Coit cleaning and save 30%.
100 years ago, we were selling appliances like these. Things have changed over the years, but one thing that hasn't is our commitment to our customers. And our growth has allowed us to carry the best selection of today's top brands. We wouldn't be one of the nation's oldest appliance dealers if we didn't provide professional salespeople and custom installation. The same thing that was true 100 years ago is still true today. There's no hassle at Bonnie Castle.
Burkhead Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent trained dealer, has been serving the Louisville area since 1947. The customer service is second to none, and their job is not complete until you are satisfied. Call 367-1212 for all your family and business needs. Burkhead Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent trained dealer, is the company to keep you comfortable year-round. Call 367-1212 today. You're a step ahead with Burkhead and Train. It's hard to stop a train.
For over 40 years, Superior Van and Mobility has been providing Louisville with state-of-the-art mobility solutions. We offer the latest vehicle conversions by Braun Ability, as well as custom lifts by Bruno. To go along with our knowledgeable, friendly staff and our expansive inventory, we now have an incredible new showroom and service center at 1506 Lakeshore Court near Hurstbourne Parkway and I-64. Stop by or visit us on the web at superiorvan.com.
For over 65 years, families have trusted Coit to deep clean just about everything, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Clean as new. That's the Coit commitment to you. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT today to schedule your Coit cleaning and save 30%.
Welcome back to the Senior Living Show. I'm Vicki Rogers here with my special guest, Jay Goldstein. Now, Jay and I go way back in the old radio and TV days. The reason that he's here today is he's going to tell you a little bit about retirement mojo, how to have a little bit of moxie, and maybe even leave a legacy behind when you retire, and how to make your retirement years excellent. So, tell everybody.
Yeah, well, I did retire in 2011, and you know, I think retirement should be, you should have the same goals as when you go into business. Basically, do what you like to do, and you'll do well at it. And short of that, I think that's what I ascribe to do. I always loved painting, and I always loved music. Now it's shifting a little bit more to music, but painting, I got into that in 1985, and had a few shows. It's kind of like on the back burner now, but I love it. And my kids, I use a lot of direction from my son, who's almost 40 years old.
Yeah.
And he tells me if I'm going bad or going south on certain things and projects. And the music, I just like to get out and play. And I was playing last night, and it's great. I get to meet with a lot of young people, and that's what keeps me young. I mean, you start hanging around with old fogies on Kroger's on Wednesday night, forget it. You know, you start stooping lower and lower to get the broccoli. You know, so that's what keeps me young and excited about life.
Okay, tell us about the bands that you've been in around Louisville.
Well, yeah, been in a group at the old. We played at the Phoenix Hill Tavern. I'm sure you're familiar with that place. In a band called Live Bait, and then I was in a few other bands. Honeymoon Babies, which pretty much was a recording situation, and another group called Romeo Laureano, and got a couple of copies here, CDs that no one listens to anymore because I'm just thinking about buying a car and there's no CDs. But that's why I keep my 1985 Volvo. A, to remind me how old I am, and B, I still have a cassette deck in it.
I love that.
And no one's breaking into that car. I'll tell you that.
They're not going to take it.
But for people who are retiring, just do what you love to do, and pick hobbies, and just find something interesting. Don't get caught into a situation where you're just like, and it's easy, get the mail, watch TV, and that's it. You always have to push yourself to do stuff.
All right, we're going to have
That's what I've done.
I love it. We're going to have a lot more inspiration from Jay.
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
That's what I had last night.
From Jay Goldstein. Back in a couple of minutes on the Senior Living Show.
Burkhead Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent Trane dealer, has been serving the Louisville area since 1947. The customer service is second to none, and their job is not complete until you are satisfied. Call 367-1212 for all your family and business needs. Burkhead Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent Trane dealer, is the company to keep you comfortable year-round. Call 367-1212 today. You're a step ahead with Burkhead and Trane. It's hard to stop a train.
A few years ago, I was very embarrassed about my weight. I had lost weight in the past, but no matter what I tried, I just couldn't seem to lose it this time. I needed a plan. Imagine that. I needed a coach. That's when I turned to InShape MD, and wow, did their program work. I lost 42 pounds in the very first month. Now, I'm down 73 pounds, and I feel tremendous. It worked for me, and it will work for you. Let InShape MD be your coach, and you will love the results.
Welcome back to the Senior Living Show. I'm here with Jay Goldstein. Now, you mentioned earlier that you are an artist, and I saw some of your work, and I'm very impressed. But the coolest thing that I like about it is you were inspired by a box of pictures that you found.
Yeah,
What's up with that?
anybody can paint, Vicki, and anybody can learn how to paint, but then you get to the crossroads where you go, what do I paint? And it was one Christmas vacation. I was at my in-laws' house, and I was rummaging around the basement, got the old, the carousel pictures.
Absolutely, the slides.
Dusted them off, set everything up. People hadn't viewed it in my wife's family for like, 25 years, and it was all these photographs, slides of like pictures of the families from 1958, 60. I said, everybody laughed, and I said, this is what I'm going to paint. And all my pictures they're kind of like Action Comics, because the woman who took them was very small, and they were off center, and it was very inspiring. That's what I've been doing. I probably got about 30 more to paint, but
I love it.
It was cool. And it's a lot of work. Sometimes I want to feel like I want to cut my ear off, But,
just like Van Gogh.
Yes.
Yes, talk about inspiration.
And
And so that is leaving a legacy, because your children and their children's children are all going to have those paintings that you did.
They've already got dibs on.
And
on
did you
some
have
of
any background at all on artistic?
No, nothing. I mean, I drew a little bit in college, and then when I got out of college, just dilling around a little bit, but nothing until I took some studio classes and got serious about it. And it was the same way with music. I always wanted to do music. Taught myself guitar, taught myself piano, and I knew I wasn't that good, and I wanted to. I said the only way I'm getting into bands is if I write music, and that's what I've been doing today. And I decided to concentrate, going down to Nashville, doing songwriters nights down there, going to Knoxville, and have two good musicians that we work together with, and all gas, no brakes. That's the way it should be,
Yeah, and so where can folks find out more about your music and everything that you're doing?
Well, the website for painting would be jayrobertgoldstein.com. You can check those out. And as far as the music, we're rebuilding a website right now, and they'll be able to. The group that I play with they're called Coal Mine Canaries. So we always sing.
Okay, and so what would be your most inspirational thing that you could tell folks to make their retirement years the best?
Like I said in the beginning, just to do what even if it's a hobby, find it and pursue it and do it, and don't be afraid, because you got nothing to lose. You're in the last quarter mile, so do it.
That's excellent. Thank you so much for being here today. All right,
Thank you.
We will see you in just a few minutes on the Senior Living Show.
Burkhead Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent Trane dealer, has been serving the Louisville area since 1947. The customer service is second to none, and their job is not complete until you are satisfied. Call 367-1212 for all your family and business needs. Burkhead Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent Trane dealer, is the company to keep you comfortable year-round. Call 367-1212 today. You're a step ahead with Burkhead and Trane. It's hard to stop a train.
100 years ago, we were selling appliances like these. Things have changed over the years, but one thing that hasn't is our commitment to our customers. And our growth has allowed us to carry the best selection of today's top brands. We wouldn't be one of the nation's oldest appliance dealers if we didn't provide professional salespeople and custom installation. The same thing that was true 100 years ago is still true today. There's no hassle at Bonnie Castle.
For over 40 years, Superior Van and Mobility has been providing Louisville with state-of-the-art mobility solutions. We offer the latest vehicle conversions by Braun Ability, as well as custom lifts by Bruno. To go along with our knowledgeable, friendly staff and our expansive inventory, we now have an incredible new showroom and service center at 1506 Lakeshore Court near Hurstbourne Parkway and I-64. Stop by or visit us on the web at superiorvan.com.
Welcome back to the Senior Living Show. I'm Vicki Rogers, and I'm here with Scott Neal, who is the president of D. Scott Neal Incorporated and founder of Caregivers Circle. Welcome back.
Well, thank you, Vicki.
We're going to talk today about leaving a legacy, but you don't mean a financial legacy this time. We're talking about a non-financial legacy that folks want to leave as they move on, right? So tell us about that.
Well, the idea of legacy has largely been hijacked, I think, by the financial planning community and the legal profession. When people do come in and talk with me, and I bring up the word legacy, they're usually thinking about that financial legacy that they're going to leave, the inheritance. But it goes so far beyond that, I think, the non-financial versus the financial legacy.
Okay, non-financial legacy means what?
Well, think of it like this. The greatest body of knowledge in human history is going extinct. You may not realize that, but every time someone dies and has failed to leave their story with the next generation, that human history is going with them.
You're right.
Yeah. So I want to bring about an awareness of what that means.
So you mean that folks need to put their stories down in writing or make some sort of a document to achieve this, yes?
Well, the non-financial legacy is the passing on of values, its stories, its life lessons. It's all of those kinds of things, and it can be in the form of a document, or it can be an audio recording, or it can be a video recording. Nowadays, we've got video everywhere, so that makes some sense.
And so what's the best way for folks to get started in doing
Well,
this?
I think it's an autobiography or a spiritual autobiography or a memoir, if you will. I encourage people to be a coach for their loved one. I encourage them to, when they go to visit grandpa or dad for that matter, that they turn on the recorder and start asking open-ended questions. And, if you ask an elder about their story, they'll just be dismissive. They'll say, "Oh, we don't have a story." What story? I don't have a story. But it really boils down to the consequences of failing to do this. It just can't be overstated. It's huge. And so we encourage people to start recording and start asking open-ended questions like, "Grandpa, tell me about the time that you met Grandma," or "Dad, tell me about what it was like to be a teenager when you were growing up." I had one client who came in and told us about about an amazing story that happened to him just after World War II. And I said, "Do your children know this?" And he said, "No, they're not interested in this stuff."
Aww.
And it was just sad. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So we turn on the recorder, we get all these things recorded, and then we find a way to preserve them for future generations. Let me ask you a question. Would you like to know about your great-grandfather?
Yes.
You had 8 great-grandparents, and wouldn't it be wonderful if we had those stories for us today?
Yes.
Well, now think ahead to your great-grandchildren. They'll
Yeah.
be there someday, and so what it would be like to leave that story for them.
And I think one of the most important things that you can do that I have done is take those old videotapes, if you have them, and have them digitalized.
Yep.
Of that's one way to start. But then moving forward, how do you recommend that folks save these? Digital, right?
It's called the cloud.
Yes. Yeah.
But you have to remember to make sure that someone else knows your password to get to them.
That's a good point. That's a good point. How can folks get more information about what you do?
Come join us at caregivercircle.com. We talk about things like this.
We'll be back in just a few minutes.
For over 65 years, families have trusted Coit to deep clean just about everything, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Clean is new. That's the Coit commitment to you. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT today to schedule your Coit cleaning and save 30%.
100 years ago, we were selling appliances like these. Things have changed over the years, but one thing that hasn't is our commitment to our customers. And our growth has allowed us to carry the best selection of today's top brands. We wouldn't be one of the nation's oldest appliance dealers if we didn't provide professional salespeople and custom installation. The same thing that was true 100 years ago is still true today. There's no hassle at Bonnie Castle.
Burkhead Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent Trane dealer, has been serving the Louisville area since 1947. The customer service is second to none, and their job is not complete until you are satisfied. Call 367-1212 for all your family and business needs. Burkhead Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent Trane dealer, is the company to keep you comfortable year-round. Call 367-1212 today. You're a step ahead with Burkhead and Trane. It's hard to stop a train.
For over 65 years, families have trusted Coit to deep clean just about everything, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Clean is new. That's the Coit commitment to you. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT today to schedule your Coit cleaning and save 30%.
Welcome back to the Senior Living Show. I'm Vicki Rogers here with Randy Blevins. He is the president of Think Tank Marketing, and he's got our Around the Town news for you. What is coming up in Louisville this week that everybody needs to know about?
So much. If you're a big fan of bourbon, which who isn't, right? I mean, we've got something really cool coming up at Bourbon's Bistro. That's on Frankfurt Avenue in the heart of Crescent Hill. Really great place. They've been around we're about to celebrate the 14th anniversary. It's a bourbon and chocolate tasting, so we're calling it the Bourbon's Bistro Bocho. And we've partnered up with Celador Chocolates, a really, really wonderful company here that's based in Louisville that keeps getting bigger and bigger. So their owner, Erica Chavez Graziano, and our bourbon expert, Jason Browner, have gotten together and concocted these wonderful pairings of their truffles with his selection of bourbon. It's going to be really wonderful because of the flavor profiles that those things that happens when you taste those two things together. So they're going to walk you through that. It's going to be this Wednesday, March 27th at 6:30. You do need to make your reservations for that because seating is limited. Okay. And it's only $28 for the tasting. And then you can stay for dinner.
Yeah.
Because the food is really excellent there. Have you been there?
I have, and I love it. And the best part is all locally owned businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything there locally owned. But you're going to get to sample like a wide variety of bourbons. I know he's doing the Elijah Craig small batch.
Ooh.
And Four Roses single barrel, soprano barrel. that he picked out especially. So you can't get that bourbon anywhere else but Bourbon's Bistro. So this would be a great time to try that.
Okay.
With your chocolates, they've got a cheesecake truffle that I've never had before, so I'm super excited about that. So
Okay.
that's coming up this Wednesday.
I'm in.
Also this week, very exciting, I think we've already heard the announcement, but you'll be able to buy your tickets for the PNC Broadway in Louisville 2019-20 season. I'm actually going to be going to New York this week to help them. We're going to be interviewing artists and learning all about the great shows that are coming here, including Dear Evan Hansen, classic Miss Saigon, which is a favorite, but we've also got Jesus Christ Superstar coming, and then some new ones, The Band's Visit, which I've not seen, which I hope to see when I'm there, and Anastasia, and then my favorite, Come From Away. Which I saw a couple of years ago. It is fantastic. So hopefully I'll be able to send you some video about that next week.
Okay, that sounds great. And we've got all kinds of other news. We're going to get back to you in just 1 second. Stay with us on the Senior Living Show.
A few years ago, I was very embarrassed about my weight. I had lost weight in the past, but no matter what I tried, I just couldn't seem to lose it this time. I needed a plan. Imagine that. I needed a coach. That's when I turned to InShape MD, and wow, did their program work. I lost 42 pounds in the very first month. Now, I'm down 73 pounds and I feel tremendous. It worked for me and it will work for you. Let InShape MD be your coach and you will love the results.
For over 40 years, Superior Van and Mobility has been providing Louisville with state-of-the-art mobility solutions. We offer the latest vehicle conversions by Braun Ability, as well as custom lifts by Bruno. To go along with our knowledgeable, friendly staff and our expansive inventory, we now have an incredible new showroom and service center at 1506 Lakeshore Court near Hurstbourne Parkway and I-64. Stop by or visit us on the web at superiorvan.com.
All right, we have a lot more things to talk about, but before we do, I want to remind you that Lion King is also part of the PNC Bank Broadway series.
Yeah, it's not going to be on subscription, so because everybody wants to go to Lion King, and it's great for the whole family. So they want to make sure there's lots of tickets for that. So that's actually going to be part of next season as well. So next week, hopefully, I'll be able to send you some information and a video about what's going on there, give you a little bit of insider information about the next season of Broadway.
Because he's going to be live in New York for all the festivities, so that's
so much fun.
Okay, now what about
more
Actors
theater? More theater.
Yes.
Yes. So I started my career at Actors Theater of Louisville, and I'm very grateful for that company because they're just wonderful. And the feather in their cap is the Humana Festival of New American Plays, which is going on right now. I'm getting ready to go see some of the shows, and this weekend is a great time to go because you can see all 5 plays that are happening. These are brand new world premiere plays happening here in Louisville as a package. It's their Ovation weekend. So check that out at actorstheater.org. There's packages this weekend and then the following weekend, which is when all of the big wigs from the theater world and producers and everybody come to see everything.
Okay.
So it really puts Louisville on the map when it comes to not only theater but film and Broadway and entertainment because some of these plays will go on to have lives. Bigger lives in New York.
I love
so
it.
It's a very exciting time to be here in Louisville in the arts, as it always is.
And then everybody likes goats.
Everybody does like goats. Totes goats. We say hashtag totes goats. But Bachfest is happening March 30th.
Okay, tell everybody what that is.
So Bachfest, Bach is the German word for goat. And this is a festival. It's the 4th annual that happens in the New Lou area, which is like the 600-700 blocks of Market Street downtown. Really, really cool area. So in the spring, we celebrate spring by creating Bach beer. So a lot of the local breweries in town will be creating their own Bach beer. It's also the 2nd annual Wurstfest, so you can go and taste all the yummy sausages that are happening.
Ooh.
There's going to be plenty of food. It's great for the kids. And don't forget about the goat racing. Baby goats and adult goats will be racing down between Billy Goat Strut and Nanny Goat Strut on Clay Street about every half hour. And you also know there's a lot of things going on in sports this weekend. We've got the NCAA men's basketball tournament here at the Yum Center. But we also got a home game for Louisville City FC. So we're going to dress goats in their team colors and race them to try to predict who wins those games. So it's so much fun. And it's really great for the kids. There's a kids area, a petting zoo. So just bring the whole family, and we're going to cross our fingers for wonderful weather like we've had the last 3 or 4 years.
All right. Well, thanks to Randy Blevins from Think Tank Marketing. We appreciate having you here.
You're welcome.
And we look forward to hearing more scoop every week from Randy about what's going on around Louisville. Back with more in just a few minutes on the Senior Living Show. Many thanks to my friend Randy Blevins from Think Tank Marketing for his great events that you just heard. And we're going to take you to our calendar of events right now. Lots more ideas for you to do this week in Louisville and Kentuckiana. Take a look. Welcome back to the Senior Living Show. I'm here with Paul Najar. Now, that was a great show, I think.
I think that was a great show. For sure it was. All about legacy today. And whether it's leaving a values-based legacy, trying to figure out what your legacy will be during your retirement to keep you busy, and some things that you can do to help keep inspiring your life and living and celebrating the best years of life. As well as, our Around the Town segments. We want to thank our guests, Randy Blevins and Jay Goldstein, and of course, Scott Neal with Scott Neal Incorporated. But you had fun with the legacy talk, didn't you?
I did. Everybody wants to leave something behind, something like, I was there, I lived, and these are the things that were important to me. Your loved ones really do want to know.
They do, and I wanted to know. And I was lucky enough in my family, Vicki, to have an older sister find my family in Italy, my mother's family in Italy, and I got to take a visit there. I got my camera with me, and I took video of my 95-year-old great aunt. And all she wanted to do, and she didn't speak English, all she wanted to do is keep squeezing my cheeks. She just kept squeezing my cheeks, and she kept saying my sister's name, who she'd remembered from years earlier. But the value of that type of legacy, to know what your family, where they were, what they were doing, some of those details is phenomenal. It's a gift. It's really a gift.
It really is. So make sure and leave your legacy, and watch next week. We'll be talking about leaving financial legacies as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for watching the Senior Living Show. For Vicki Rogers, I'm Paul Najar. See you next week, everybody.